Greetings, everyone, and welcome the evening update from inside Ukraine. And as you can see on the title of the thumbnail, we're calling it Ukraine Hits the Bullseye. Guys, this is a great day for Ukraine. And you know, if you've been around me long enough, if it's not a good day, I will tell you the truth to the best of my ability. But I'm here to tell you today is a great day for Ukraine. Bullseye hit. We're going to talk specifically about a drone warehouse strike inside Russia. We're going to talk about details now on the Kursk invasion and why that's a bullseye. Bullseye for Ukraine regarding the energy sector. Going to talk about that. And finally, bullseye on the postal system. You'll see what I mean. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do, for caring and sharing, liking, subscribing, commenting, all of those things, and being a part. Here we go. Let's jump right at it. Yes, you may or may not know, but this morning, in the nighttime hours, but in the morning on the 10th, Ukraine strikes a drone warehouse. The SBU, together with the Naval Armed Forces of Ukraine, hit a very important target. A warehouse full of reconnaissance drones that correct enemy strikes on Ukrainian cities and the front lines. These are the drones that go up in the air that adjust, for example, artillery fire, or adjust how planes are flying, or maybe launch locations for the glide bombs. Very important warehouse here. Now, there will be fewer of these Russian birds in the sky. Work on, this is according to the SBU, quote, work on military facilities in the enemy's rear will continue. So basically what happened was a drone swarm from Ukraine, and I'm going to show you on the map where this happened, overloaded the Russian air defense, and then the Neptune struck the facility. Great plan, great partnership with different facets of the Ukrainian military and security services working together. Now, where was this strike? I'm putting Kramatorsk on the map just for reference so that you understand distance. But the strike actually was there in Shaltura. That's how you pronounce that, near Rostov-on-Don. On a straight line from Kramatorsk, this would be 200 kilometers. So a very good hit, way behind the enemy lines, of course, and also behind the supply lines, hitting the warehouse facility there. Now, I want you to be able to hear a little bit about maybe what it's like. This is actual video from a Russian citizen listening to the drones coming in, and then you see the impact. And this is the result of the strike. That was a little bit of audio there from somebody sitting in the window. And then this is the result of the strike. This has all been geotagged. This has been confirmed. This has been located. Ukraine was able to successfully strike a drone warehouse. Guys, that is bullseye. Additionally, bullseye on Kursk. Ukraine released their infographic with their information. I have it on the right side of the screen for you there in Ukrainian, but I've translated it on the left. This is a 5-month analysis after the invasion of Kursk and what is the value of Kursk. Has Ukraine lost some soldiers? Yes. Has Ukraine had wounded soldiers? Yes. Has Ukraine lost equipment? Yes. But has Russia lost multiple times more and the value is worth it? 100% yes. We also know that this is the location where the North Koreans have been fighting for Russia, and Ukraine has been cleaning their clocks as well. Bullseye. So, Ukraine coming out and stating the purpose of the Kursk invasion was to protect the Sumy region from invasion. Well, that value is good, but the reality is there's a lot more value because even people like Blinken saying, stay strong in Kursk. It is very valuable for possible negotiations or having some boots on the ground in Russian territory is one of the best things for Ukraine right now. What are the numbers? This released by Ukraine: Russian casualties, 23,000 wounded, 15,000 killed, 860 prisoners of war. Russian equipment lost, standard vehicles. These would be like pickup trucks and regular vehicles the troops ride around in. 1,104. UAVs that have been destroyed, 859. BBMs, which are like a Hummer, okay? The Russian version of a Hummer, multi-troop carrier, 575 have been destroyed. Artillery units, 330, 104 tanks, and 4 pieces of aviation equipment. Guys, that is bullseye Ukraine. Great value there on many stages. Let's continue. Ukraine energy workers today getting confirmation that they will receive body armor. Now, can you imagine wherever you're at in the world, and let's say you work in the industrial sector of your city, your town, your state, your nation, and your government is providing you with body armor? You probably wouldn't go to work, but in Ukraine, there's no option. And today, Ukraine hitting the bullseye, showing they care for their energy workers, their gas workers. Ukrainian government now providing body armor and protective gear to all employees who carry out emergency repair work on gas distribution systems as part of emergency crews and maintain the trouble-free operation of gas supply systems. Why is that important? Well, of course, one of the main reasons is heating. And I can tell you right now, right to my right, outside of my window, it is snowing like crazy. It is cold. It is windy. And I'm very thankful that I have some light tonight and I have some gas and the heat is on. Protection for the gas workers, such a great statement for the world to see. Ukraine caring about its industrial sector and those gas workers. Many of those guys are really close to the front when they are doing repairs, and it's extremely dangerous. Now, you may look at this as not hitting the bullseye. For me, I look at it as hitting the bullseye. Why? Because Ukraine is a nation of character. It honors its contracts, even to its demise in certain situations. It will honor its word and honor its contracts. Today, Denis Shmyhal, coming out, the Prime Minister of Ukraine, if you do not know who he is, Ukraine does not plan to stop the transit of Russian oil to the EU. Why? Are they afraid of Russian missiles? No. Are they afraid of a Russian invasion? No. Are they afraid of other consequences from Russia if they turn off the pipeline? No. We've been in a war for almost 3 years. According to the Prime Minister, the reason the gas will continue to flow through the Druzhba pipeline, and guys, if you do not know what that means or translates to friendship, the friendship pipeline. According to the Prime Minister, this would be a violation of the Energy Charter Treaty and the Association Agreement, not with Russia, but with the European Union. Even though the European Union has drug its feet, maybe, and I'm an American, so I can't speak for the European Union. I am inside Ukraine, and Europe has done many amazing things to help Ukraine, not in question. But as far as that process for coming into the European Union taking so long, so many steps that are necessary, Ukraine still showing we want to be a part of the West. We want to be a part of the European Union. And we know that honoring our contracts is a major part of that. And we honor our contracts. So this is not a pro-Russian contract, even though, yes, Russia receiving money from this, but we'll talk about that in a second. More importantly, Ukraine honoring its contracts with Europe, even if it's not the best thing for Ukraine. Now, United States helping Ukraine hit the bullseye. U.S. imposes, just coming out, sanctions on Russian oil. United States Treasury Department. It is directly from the U.S. Treasury Department. I know this is out there hitting the news now, but guys, this is the real one. This is the real one. Why? We're already seeing a 4% spike in Brent crude prices, but what this is targeting is the direct gas companies, oil companies like Gazprom Neft, also sanctioning more than 180 tankers of the Russian shadow fleet, insurance companies, and foreign traders selling Russian oil, even down to their management levels. Restrictions are also applied to Gazprom's Serbian subsidiary, NIS. Remember, I was sharing with you a month ago or so that the biggest oil deal in the history of the world was just struck between Russia and India. This will directly affect that contract and will directly affect that oil flowing out of Russia and into India. We'll see what comes from that. But guys, that is good news, and that is a bullseye. And finally, the last thing for tonight, Ukroposhta comes out with a new stamp. This is bullseye. This is not some social media prank. This is not some meme floating around. This is a fact. You can purchase these stamps online for 600 grivna, 410, about 15 US dollars. And it is a stamp commemorating the Budapest Memorandum, taking a quote from Zelensky's interview with Friedman, where he says the Budapest Memorandum is beep, beep, caca. Now, Ukraine coming out with a stamp, just like they came out early in the war when the sinking of the Moscow, the flagship of the Russian Navy, now calling the Budapest Memorandum on stamp for what it really is. Beep, beep, caca. Bullseye hit. Good job, Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do. This is our partners. We are almost fully loaded to get out there running aid on the front, and you will see it. You will be a part of it. There's just so much to do. We had a couple of hangups today in regard to getting things squared away, but it's happening, and we thank you for all that you do. It's not easy to be here and do what we do, dropping the aid and the love and the care that you guys donate for. We thank you and we appreciate it. And from our team to yours, thank you. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. And guys, we will see you tomorrow. Oh, also, big thanks to the mods. You guys are always awesome, helping me, and I deeply am grateful to all of you. Be blessed and have a good night from Ukraine. Good night.